Apparently, if Rudy Gobert is traded, the expectation is that he would go to the Chicago Bulls. Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports All back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA here to talk about the latest and greatest NBA rumors as we're approaching free agency, people. So you are going to want to stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. All right, so everywhere you look on Twitter, any news outlet, everybody keeps saying Rudy Gobert to the Chicago Bulls is the most likely thing to happen. Like, they're pretty much already saying it's a lock, okay? And I wanted to talk about this because, to me, I don't get it for the life of me. I'm perplexed on this, but let me give you guys my viewpoints here, okay? About why this is so confusing to me, all right? Again, just go type it in on Twitter, Google it, Rudy Gobert to the Bulls, okay? Here's why I'm confused. Rudy Gobert, okay, to the Chicago Bulls in the sense of basketball, right, does make a little bit of sense because you upgrade your defense. He's an elite rim protector. And, you know, Lonzo Cruz on the front lines and Rudy Gobert on the back lines. I mean, that would be obviously fantastic defensively. Teams might struggle to score 80 against the Bulls, all right, with how good their defense would be. So from a basketball perspective, I get it and it makes sense. But from a financial perspective, and yes, it does matter, people, Rudy Gobert's contract is literally ridiculous, all right? Almost untradeable in a sense of, I don't think the Bulls would do it because you would have to go into major luxury tax ramifications, and you're paying so much money for a roster that if you are paying it, are you sure that it's a title contender? Like, does swapping Rudy Gobert for Vooch, which is not the only thing it would take to get Rudy, by the way, but just for the conversation, does swapping Rudy for Vooch make the Bulls immediate contender? I still don't think so. I think it's an upgrade, but I don't think it shoots us to the top of the East, right? So to me, Rudy Gobert, a guy who's making $40+ million, is going to be making that, and you're trading for that and literally taking away chances to get any other big stars because that's your big guy. To me, that doesn't make much sense. And I want to give credit to Bulls blogger on Twitter who pointed this out, is that the Bulls would do this. They're not cheap. They would do this and pay a lot of money for a super duper star like a Kevin Durant. They're not doing this for Rudy Gobert. They're not paying that much money in the luxury tax for Rudy Gobert. That's the main point here, okay? And here's the other thing. Let me just propose this to you guys. What about going after a guy who would be much more cost effective? Okay, because Rudy Gobert is going to cost you Vooch, Patrick Williams, and the 18th pick. That's what he's going to cost you, okay? So you're going to get that elite rim protection, but then your wing depth is going to get destroyed. Are you ready for that? Right? So what about going after a guy who's much more cost effective than a guy like Miles Turner? Miles Turner is also a big, elite, I wouldn't say elite, but he's a big, solid shot blocking center. And he can shoot the three, right? And he's much more affordable. You can trade for him. He's got a much more affordable contract. What about a guy like that? I know it's not the sexy pick. I know it's not the one that necessarily, you know, makes Bulls fans excited. But we're talking about building a team methodically, right? And we're not just talking about trading for a guy who's going to be on a ridiculous contract, right? $200+ million, and essentially just, you know, shooting your finances in the foot. I'd rather deal with it that way. If Rudy Gobert was as elite offensively as he is defensively, I'm ready to do this trade today. I'm ready to do this trade today if he's a superstar. The problem is Rudy Gobert isn't. He isn't. And so I get it from a basketball perspective. I get it. People want this trade to happen because the Bulls' defense would improve so much. He'd add so much to this team defensively. But I'm telling you from a financial standpoint, this trade most likely will not happen, in my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but I'm taking my stance here. Rudy Gobert to the Chicago Bulls isn't happening just because of the financial ramifications here. I'd much rather them go after an affordable, defensive center like a Miles Turner, but that's just me. All right, let's see what happens here. It's about to get real spicy with the draft and free agencies coming up, folks. I like Rudy Gobert, folks. I don't hate him. If his contract was not that bad, I would be much more in favor of this trade, but it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think. Rudy Gobert to the Chicago Bulls. Do you think it happens? Do you want it to happen? And let me know down below. Thanks for watching.